Get up.
You get out of bed this instant.
And turn it on. Glenn, Angel, and the Flying Dutchman. The Big Show on Kiss 92.
Good morning and welcome to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is from Korea Agility International. He is Adrian Choo. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning, Glenn. Good morning to all our Kiss 92 listeners out there. What a wonderful morning it is.
It
True
is.
enough.
25
What
days to
a
Christmas.
Wonderful morning. And we are approaching the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, it's the last day of November. December is upon us tomorrow. And I've noticed everything is slowing down. Businesses are taking a little bit longer to reply to emails.
Yeah.
Everyone's email is people are going on holidays. So is it wise for people to slow down at the end of the year just so that you can recuperate and gear up for the new year?
I think it's a great idea. The problem is that I see a lot of people who are still driving and everything very quickly, and they're not taking this time to take stock, chill out a little, take stock, and what we call slow down to speed up. So that's something which we are trying to talk about today. How do you slow down just to speed up?
I wonder if these people are not slowing down because they haven't hit their targets yet.
It could be as well,
Possible.
right?
It could be
Possible.
they haven't hit, so you're going to rush through the last few
You know,
weeks.
in life, it's all about pacing. You agree?
I agree, especially if you're a runner. If you're thinking about in a sport, right? You can't run at full speed all the time. You need to pace yourself. Sometimes you need to slow down.
Yeah.
But when it comes to work, it's easier said than done, right?
Yeah, and that's
For
where the
many
challenge-
people.
That's where the
yeah.
challenge lies. No,
Especially when they have KPIs.
Yeah, or you got demanding clients or demanding bosses. But realistically, we can't run. We can't run at high speed all the time. We're going to burn out. And for many of us, many of my clients that we talk to, they are starting to feel a bit of the burn already. And even for myself, I'm looking forward to the year-end break.
I was just going to say, I mean, you're a career strategist. Do you feel browned out or burned out ever?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. That's why I learned how to pace myself, and that's why today I thought it might be interesting to just talk about how do we pace ourselves. Is it okay to slow down? And not just slow down in terms of work because it's the end of the year. Is it okay to slow down your career?
Oh, right. Okay.
We might be talking about you because this might be, might have been playing on your mind for a while. Well, Adrian Choo is here to save your day. Let's continue to talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. Up next, TXT. This is Do It Like That on Kiss 92.
So, Adrian, I love this concept of is it okay to slow down your career? Explain that one to me.
Yeah. So there is a certain taboo out there if you have individuals coming up to tell me that, hey, Adrian, I want to slow down my career. Maybe I'm in my 40s, maybe I'm in my 50s. I want to slow down. I've even had people in their 30s coming up to me and telling me, hey, Adrian, I want to slow down. Is it okay? And I always say, why not? But the next question that comes in is, but what will people think of me?
Exactly.
Does it matter?
Does it matter, right? And does it look bad on my CV if I slow down?
Yeah, exactly.
Does it look bad on your CV, though?
And I think it's all a matter of perspective. If you're slowing down for a good reason, for instance, maybe you have health, or maybe you have a loved one who needs extra care, I think that's totally legit.
Okay.
If you are slowing down because you want to take an MBA course or any other training, I think that's fine too. Or if you just want to slow down, take a gap year, a sabbatical, I think today
That's okay as well, isn't it?
it's
Many
become-
people take sabbaticals, right? They still do.
It's become a bit more common.
Okay.
A bit more acceptable, as long as you can explain what you do during the gap year.
Do you have to explain, though? I mean, that's the thing. Like, do you have to say to your potential employer why you took a break?
And what is a sabbatical? How long is a sabbatical? That's the thing. Some companies will say, okay, you're going to take a sabbatical 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks, 3 weeks is not a sabbatical.
I
Come
would say
on.
6 months at least.
Yeah, 6 months should be a fair time
6
for
months,
sabbatical.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to justify, but it probably will come up in the interview. Like, there was a gap year of 6 months. No, could you explain it? Then you have to probably let's just add a bit more details.
My father left me a lot of money and I just didn't feel like working.
Fine. I think
That's fine, right? I mean, like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Then the next
No, I'm
question-
just saying.
No, I'm just saying, wow. That's my dream. No?
Yeah, man.
That's my
Anybody want to adopt me? Anybody with money?
dream. My father passed away, so he didn't leave me any money.
Oh, dear.
And then my next question would be, so during the 6 months, what were you doing?
Absolutely nothing. Because I felt I didn't have to, because there was so much money, but I'm still very well skilled.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
And that's okay. It's nice if you're taking a course or
Oh,
to
but I didn't.
I traveled the world. I traveled, so I think that's okay. But no, if you to tell me that you stayed in a vegetative state for 6 months
didn't do anything.
and didn't do anything, then I would be wondering, okay, well that's interesting, but be more question marks pop up. But it's okay, 6 months is a very short period of time to have a gap in your CV, especially if what we've seen is people who've been retrenched and they've got a huge package. And
Yes.
and they just take a year off.
Yes.
Because I've gotten 3 years worth of salary.
Yeah.
Why should I work?
Why should I work? Took
See,
time off to
and
travel.
it's true at the end of the day, but this does not apply to everyone. For some people, it's just the money, right?
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
if
They're
you've
just
got enough
working for
money,
it, yeah.
you're satisfied, you kind of like chill out
Yeah.
a little bit. You slow down.
Yeah.
You know, but there are other people who are not like that,
Yeah.
Despite the money that they have, it is the challenge,
Yeah.
of whatever they're doing.
And to wake up for something. Some people like that, right?
Yeah.
And to keep
Yeah.
that.
Like
challenge-
Adrian,
the
$20
challenge-
million in the bank,
Yeah.
and he still wants to wake up early.
Sila,
And comes,
I don't know
comes
where
in,
he gets
comes
his money.
in to work at 4:55 in the morning. I'm like, why?
20 million.
I don't know where he
Maybe
gets these
even
figures
more.
from.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's better.
Want to go
There,
for
you
lunch
see?
later?
Yeah.
Want to adopt me?
From now on, every time we go out, it's on FD.
Okay.
Okay, Cheyenne, Shalini? Huh?
Yeah, you
Everything
heard
on
it.
FD.
Let's starting with McDonald's
I
tomorrow.
love the way everybody makes decisions for me. No, but I agree. There are people out there whose life and whose energy is dependent upon a challenge.
Yes.
And work.
Yeah.
Constant
And they're
work.
so
and-
afraid of retiring.
And I'll tell you one person like that.
You.
Glenn.
Oh.
Glenn takes 2 weeks leave, and in 6 days he's going, when do I get back to work?
Yeah. Or even 3 days. He's already like, I'm bored. When can I start
Come on,
Well,
it's true.
coming in? It is true.
It's true, Glenn.
Think about
That's
it.
true.
It's
But I
true.
think maybe, when I hit, I don't even know.
I don't think so,
No, I'm just trying to understand, like when I'm FD's age, for example, right? Will I still be feeling that way?
I think you're the kind of person that always has to have something on his calendar.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Whether it's here in the studio, I mean, you love your radio, you love doing what you do, but if and when you do retire, you will always have to keep busy no matter what.
Okay,
it
let me
is.
just tell you what I love, okay? I love competition. That's what I
Yeah.
love.
Okay.
No,
So right now, I feel like I'm not at my full potential. And I'll say this, I know the bosses are listening and all that, because I'm asked not to compete fiercely. But my style is like that. I'm a
Yes.
dirty boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want that. That is what turns me on. That's what drives me.
Yeah.
But when you say no, down, Glenn, just relax. Then okay, I will relax. But deep down inside, right, I want to fight. You see? But can you understand where I'm coming from, Adrian?
Okay, hold on.
For some people,
let's talk
okay,
about that.
No,
on
cannot
air.
now. On air.
Oh
I'm
no,
not
you
gonna
know,
talk. This is an
say
off-air
it.
thing.
You're a dirty boxer on air.
No,
Come
no, no,
on.
No, let's talk about something else.
Okay, you
when
know
we come
we're
back
still
off air
live,
again,
right?
then
Oh, okay.
then we'll talk
Okay.
about it. Yeah. Okay.
Kiss 92 traffic.
On the SLE towards the CTE after the TPE exit, an accident is causing quite a bit of a ruckus. Avoid lane 1 if you're along that stretch. And also on the PIE heading west towards Tuas after Jalan Baha, avoid lane 5. Another accident has been reported. Stay safe.
Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's Glenn Angel, the Flying Dutchman, and Adrian Choo from Korea Agility International.
So, Adrian, we're talking about slowing down to speed up. I'm still a little confused. So, one way of slowing down is you take a sabbatical. You leave, you go on, whatever, 6 months, right?
That's right.
How do I slow down if I want to keep working?
I think it's okay.
How do I slow down?
Well, number one, okay, give you an example. If your boss decides to offer you a promotion from your current 3 countries you're covering, now you're going to cover 8 countries
Right.
across Asia Pacific, and they're going to include places, faraway places like Pakistan or really, really difficult to get to places.
Yeah.
Like
And,
Papua New Guinea or
Papua New
something.
Guinea,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I had a friend who was offered the Maldives.
Oh, well,
he
Maldives is not
wasn't
that far
complaining.
from.
He wasn't complaining.
I had a friend who worked in Papua New Guinea for 2 years, had to go around with armed guards.
Oh yeah,
It was quite insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
And do you need additional stress, for example? Or
Right.
So sometimes slowing down could involve just maintaining status quo and not taking on the promotion that you look at it and you go like, I'm not ready for this yet, or it's gonna take up too much of my time. So it's okay to turn down a promotion. Not too often, of course.
Yeah.
But it's okay to turn down a promotion. Or if there is some other huge project that's coming up, just tell the boss, no, I want to focus on these other parts first. So it's about slowing down. It's about regulating your speed. Not always just slowing down. I think even if you're hovering, even if you're just maintaining cruising, and the word cruising as well has a very dirty connotation.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're just cruising. But I
Yeah.
think it's okay if
To
it's part of
cruise.
if it's part of your career plan. The challenge is not many people have a career strategy that includes what we call a career velocity planning.
Wow, career
Because
velocity.
sometimes you want to speed up for the next 3 years, and then I want to cruise a little bit,
Plateau just a little
plateau a little
bit.
bit, and then I either slow down, I downshift,
Yeah.
or or maybe I can accelerate again. So sometimes you need like if you're driving around a corner,
Yeah,
bend, right? Sometimes
yeah.
you just need to.
Slow down.
I know some old school saying this. You drop it in third gear.
Tap the brakes.
Yeah.
No, everyone's all automatic, right? So drop
Yeah.
it in third gear. You swing around at a more controlled speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you negotiate the bend, you're out of the bend, you pop back to fourth again.
Yeah.
Yeah. For our millennial listeners, gears, cars used
Clutch.
to have.
Yeah.
The clutch.
So it's a control. It's not a total like, hey, I just.
I like that. I like that analogy though.
Yeah, but you're in control.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You're in control.
Okay. I like the driving analogy.
Right.
Hug the corner and then go down the straight, speed
Yeah.
up, go up the hill, down the hill. I like that.
Yeah. And we all know that our careers, our jobs are never a straight road.
Yeah.
They're going to be bends, they're going to be bumps, they're going to be, speed traps, they're going to be like debris on the road. So we need to maintain very good vision around the bend, and you need to have very good control over your velocity in order to have that longevity, because otherwise you're just going to burn out.
Do we need to explain this slowing down to our boss?
Are there other cars as well that we are trying to
No,
keep up
but
with or trying to overtake?
That's a good
Isn't this
point,
you
the
know?
perfect analogy with
Yes.
cars and
So
driving?
this is what
It's
I will do,
perfect.
okay?
Yeah.
So my car is in the middle, and then there are two, cars at the side,
Yeah,
maybe
your
competition,
competitors, yeah.
or whatever. So I will be like, cruising, like what you mentioned, and then the moment I see there are cars going ahead of me and all that, I will speed up. I will bump one off the road, and then bump the other one off the road. And although my car is a little bit dented, I will then continue to travel at a constant
And then
pace,
you'll
while
s-
those two have already gone down the ravine
Ravines.
and crashed and
Oh,
exploded.
you'll say "eat my dust," right? I mean, that's what they say with competitors as
Glenn
well,
has been
right?
watching too much Mad Max.
Fast and
I
the
think
Furious and all
so.
that.
Okay, let's continue to talk to Adrian on The Big Show TV. It's 8:13.
Kiss 92 time check brought to you.
Yeah, so Adrian, I brought up this thing about slowing down. Do we bring it up to our boss?
But I think
Or do we just say, look, as and when we go, no, I'd rather concentrate on this? Or do we explain to him that over the next year, I want to focus on this as part of a career plan?
Isn't that your boss's job to tell you though?
I don't know.
Wait, what are you saying? What exactly are you saying? You're just saying that is it okay for you to tell the boss you want to slow down?
Yes, that's my statement.
If you're an individual, you're
Yeah,
not
if
talking
it-
about us as a show.
It's
No,
not
no,
coming
no.
from. It's not coming from FD either.
Yeah, it's not coming from me, no. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think it depends on your relationship with the boss. If you both have a very professional understanding, then if you are preempting him and telling him, look, I'm going to focus on something else. So we have this client who, at this point in time, he's focusing on getting a degree in divinity.
Wow.
In divinity.
Yeah, he wants to be a
Wow.
full-time pastor when he
Yeah.
retires.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
So he told his boss, "Hey, look, I'm gonna focus on it for the next 2 years because it's quite a heavy course, and I'll still be around for the next 2 years. I'll still maintain it, but I'm not. I don't think I have the bandwidth to take on
Extra stuff.
extra stuff. But if you need me, I'm still gonna be here, but just don't pile on too much because it's a very heavy thing." And the boss said, "Okay, sure, no problems, So if
That's a
but
nice boss though.
he had a good relationship with
Yeah.
his boss. Yeah.
I think it was also that he was studying divinity that helped.
Exactly.
But I mean, not all bosses will understand that either.
That's true.
You know, so that some will
if,
say.
if the boss is a believer, then
Then he will,
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
he's not a believer, he's like, you know what? But I actually need someone to go that extra mile. So why don't you take a step back or
Yeah.
quit?
So once again, it depends on whether or not you're good with your boss or your boss is good with you. And once again, also it depends what we always say. Yen and I always say, if you're performing in your job, doing extremely well, no one's going to fault you. But if you are not doing well in your job, you're missing your targets or not hitting your KPIs, you tell your boss, I want to take it easy. Then that matters a lot more in a negative sense, right?
Yeah.
You'll have less leeway to play around with it. So that's why I think it all depends whether you A, have been performing on the job, B, whether or not your boss is good with you or you're good with your boss. And I think also it depends on whether the reasons are legit. I mean, if I have a family member who needs more care, I don't think a boss is going to say something mean like, oh no, too bad. Still, you got to come on weekends and do your stuff on weekends. So
But how much time off is okay? Because you need some time off. Slowing down kind of means you're switching off. But how much is okay?
But once again, slowing down may not mean a total switch off. It may mean just a slight slowing down and not
as many
switch off,
tasks.
Yeah. So how much of time off? Once again,
How much
depends,
percentage? You know what I mean?
That's right. Some people I know have said, okay, look, I don't mind taking a cut in salary. I work a 4-day week instead.
Okay.
But then again, that's not very realistic because your 4-day week is going to be 5 days, but 4 days. 4 days, right? It's always. So most people will just manage it. Interestingly, 2 weeks back, I spoke to a lady who was asking me, can I take a year off for my child's PSLE?
Well, I know people who've done that. I know
whole
people,
year?
Yeah, a whole year.
Whole year off.
Yes.
Sabbatical or quit?
Sabbatical.
And the bosses said okay.
The bosses said, go
Wow.
ahead. And this is with her having 3 more.
Oh, wow.
3 more what? Kids.
Children.
So he
Who
set
have
the
not
precedent.
who have not set for
PSLE
the
yet.
PSLE yet.
He's already set the precedent.
Oh, I would sack her straight away.
Wow.
Why?
No.
But, yeah,
A
okay.
year?
Yeah, that's
Seriously,
a long
that's
time.
one kiasi parent right there.
My
Oh,
goodness.
sorry, kiasi, kiasu.
Wow.
And that's
A year.
interesting, talking about sacking, it's what is a sabbatical? A sabbatical there are several connotations of sabbatical. A real sabbatical, the actual definition of it is that during the period which you're away, you're actually getting a salary.
Yes.
So maybe a full salary, maybe a half draw.
Paid leave, basically.
Yeah, maybe you paid half of it or a certain portion of it. So, and your job is kind of guaranteed when you come back.
Yeah.
Some people, some companies do not have a sabbatical policy. So what they do is they say, hey, I can't pay you for your 6 months you're not around because you're not around, but I will hold this job for you when you come back.
Right, okay.
Some bosses will say, I'll wait till 6 months. If the position is still open, if you haven't filled it up yet, you might get it back, but there's no guarantee. So to what Glenn said, I will sack you. Basically, it could be a situation where say, okay, after 6 months, basically you're out of the company already. But 6 months later, you come back to me, and let's see whether or not the position is still open, whether or not you're still up to it. So there are various permutations and combinations to it.
Is this something you negotiate when you are being hired?
I was about to ask.
You know what I mean? Because you say some companies have a sabbatical policy and some don't. So can you ask when you're applying for a job?
It's like it's so funny. It's like
it's like, oh, you want me to hire you, but you're already thinking about going on leave. But I mean,
it's like asking for a prenup before you're on the first date.
Is it a legit question though?
You could ask. Does the company have a sabbatical policy?
Not that I'm looking to take any time off. I want to get hired, but
But I heard of companies who have baked it into the system. So after 5 years, if you're a good performer after 5 years, you get 6 months off at half pay.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's something that's interesting.
FD's like,
No,
I've never heard of this.
No, this doesn't surprise me because in Australia, for example, in New South Wales, once you've worked, I think it's 10 years with a company, you get a month paid leave over and above your leave.
That's not a sabbatical though.
But it's
1
kind of
month.
like that. It's kind of like that. And then 15,
Every 10 years you get 1
Then
month.
15 years you get 7 weeks. 20 years you get 3 months.
Right, okay.
So in some
It's
places
like a
it does have.
It's like a bonus.
It's like a bonus.
No, like
Yeah.
a bonus. But leave as well.
It's leave, yeah.
And sometimes even if your company doesn't have a sabbatical policy, you can just say, I'll just take a no pay leave for 3 months. If
Yeah.
it's okay. If you're bold enough, if you really need the break.
So no pay is also considered a sabbatical. But there are many different permutations
it all
around it,
depends
right?
how you do it. So back to the story about this individual who wanted to take a 1 year leave from for the PSLE kid, And my big question to her was, do you really need to take 1 year off just for the PSL? Are you going to sit down there next to a kid with a cane 24/7?
Does your child really need that whole year
Yeah.
with you breathing
Yeah,
down
but-
his neck?
You know immediately there's something wrong with this person already.
No.
Or the child?
No.
Not necessarily something wrong, but interestingly, the situation was such that this person was feeling burnt out, and
The parent,
the
right?
parent was feeling burnt out, browning out, not burnt out, browning out. And this was a nice,
Good timing,
good
yeah.
break for the person to quit and then look after the kids.
My gosh, at the end of that year, she'd be burnt out from trying to get her kid
Exactly.
good
Even
more
results, you
stressed
know?
out.
It's
I tell you what, the mistake was. The mistake was having
Having
kids.
the child.
I think
For
You
this
know,
particular person.
Good news, she's got 2 more.
Not everyone can handle kids.
No, not
well,
everyone can.
the person I
True,
know
true,
took a
true.
year off when their child was doing PSLE, right? They took that off because it's not that they were going to work 24/7 with the child. They wanted to be there for the child
Yes.
because the child was going to go through so much stress
Yes.
Right.
that they wanted to be there for them.
Then there's something wrong with the education
24
system.
system.
So if this person is one of your employees in your company, would you take it? Would you
A
tolerate
year
it?
off?
That's an interesting question. I've never had it put to me, and I
No.
really
How
can't-
about no?
Yeah, it may well be a no.
You think you would say no? I think it depends case by case, right? How long the person's been with you,
Yeah.
how good they are at their
there are a
work.
lot of factors. There are a lot of factors.
It'll probably
I
be,
really can't answer that question.
If it were my
Probably a
company, I'd say
resignation.
no.
I'd say no
I'd
as well.
say no.
straight
I
away.
like a
Yeah,
whole
it's-
year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm paying you, or if it's no paid leave, sure.
It
but-
would probably have to be
No
less
paid.
than full paid for sure.
I don't know if I would pay.
Yeah.
It would be
I
less
feel
than full
like
paid.
it's like she's not willing to commit. 100%. You need to be dedicated 100%.
If this person was
Interesting.
very, very good, I would tell them, come back in a year. I'll see if I still have that position
Yes.
for you. You know?
Okay, let's continue to talk about this because it's going to get really, really mean on the Big Show TV. How about that?
We are going
Oh,
on
we
air.
are going on air. Oh, okay.
Kiss 92 traffic.
If you're heading down the SLE towards the CTE and wondering what's going on, well, an accident has occurred after the TPE exit, and the congestion is all the way back to the Lentor Avenue exit. That's quite a stretch. Avoid lane 1 if you're heading down that way, and stay safe.
Good morning and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. Our guest for this morning is Adrian Choo from Career Agility International. If you'd like to ask him any questions, you can get in touch with him. info@careeragility.org, okay? Today we're talking about slowing down to speed up.
Yeah. So once again, we need to have a career strategy in terms of the velocities, the speed which you want to travel, because you cannot travel at a constant speed all the time, especially if it's a high burn rate. So people have always said, when you're running a marathon, it's you need to have the strategy when you speed up, when you slow down. Unless you're a professional, then you're running like at 25 kilometers an hour all
Like
the way,
Natalie
right?
Dow, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a superhero.
Yeah.
She's
So
awesome.
those are superhumans.
Ultra humans, yeah.
Do you hear that, Nat? If you're listening, you're superhuman. And once again, all the best for the Singapore Marathon this weekend.
Yeah.
Way to
That's
go,
right.
Nat.
This
Yeah.
weekend. But not everyone is built that way. And I think it's time we need to factor in downtime
Okay.
to repair, to rest. And if you're not paying attention to your body, and sometimes your body speaks to you, telling you that, hey, you need a break.
Yeah.
And then it's you might damage your body.
What if you can't afford to take a break? Because some people can't afford to slow down.
And the question is why? Why can't they afford?
Well, I mean, some people run their own businesses. They haven't hit their KPIs for the year. Business has not been going great. So why slow down if I cannot celebrate? You know what I mean?
And I agree with you. Sometimes it's a mindset. So I know this doctor who runs his own clinic, and he says that, and he owns his own clinic. Okay, but each time he doesn't take long breaks. Normally, if you're working, you get about maybe 3 weeks of leave, right? He says each day of leave I take, I've got to pay the locum, 1,500
Yeah.
a day. So if I take 10 days off, I'm actually losing 15,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
as
it's-
soon as you open those doors, you're already money down, basically. 'cause of
correct.
rental and everything else.
So as
yeah.
a result, he keeps his clinic open because it's you're losing money. It's not like an entitlement. you see.
Yeah.
So but
Yeah.
it's a mindset shift. So and some people can take it, but most people can't. That's why sometimes it's a mindset shift. So when people say, "I can't slow down," the question we always ask is why?
Why?
Yes.
Why? Right? It could be legit, but I don't believe that any job out there, you can't slow down even for a while, even for a short pocket of time. I mean, in a high stress job, one of the highest stress jobs I can think of is like air traffic controller.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really high stress job.
Yeah. Accounting as well. I think.
Well, accounting, please don't crash and say people don't
Yeah,
die.
that's true as well. Yeah.
But no, air traffic controllers, they're there all the time, and they need to have decompress. In fact, I understand that pilots as well have required downtime. You cannot fly more than X number of hours a week or a month.
If they kill everybody.
Cheyennes' dad is in the airline business as well. Do they get a lot of time off as well? I mean, he's not a pilot, but still, it's a lot of people that they have to look after, and they are the first go-to people that people look for on a plane. He's an IFS, right?
Yeah, he is.
And is he highly stressed?
I think he's doing pretty okay. I can text and ask him.
Because
He's
of the
going to
experience.
JB with my mom today, so I
There
think he's
you
doing
go.
pretty okay.
Oh, he's going to JB. So cute.
So that's why even if your job is high stress, all the more reason why you should take time out, step away,
Yeah.
to recharge and refocus and get better, because it's no way you can run at that high speed all the time.
Correct. I mean, you need to manage your life.
Yeah.
Because seriously, if not, you'll just, one day you go to the doctor, cancer. That's it. Finish.
Oh my gosh.
Stage 4.
Knock on wood, yeah.
Okay, I've
You're
got
dead. DED. Dead.
That's not how you spell dead, but
okay.
okay.
I've got a question to ask Adrian when we come in.
All right. Up next, Surfaces. This is Baby Blue on Kiss 92.
She's got that baby.
DED date. I like that.
So we've been talking about taking this break, taking this downtime, and obviously it's going to be dependent on your job. But at what point do I decide that downtime is necessary? Do I wait till I'm ready? I'm about to brown out? Do I wait till I have browned out? Do I project it and go, in 18 months I'm going to need to take a sabbatical? When do I take this time?
I think one thing I'm worried about is that by the time you're browned out or burnt out, it might be a bit too late.
Too late, right? Yeah.
Yeah, or even if your health suffers suddenly. So when I was 36, such a long time ago.
Yesterday.
And I was in a very high stress job, which was headhunting. Really high stress job, very demanding. And I went to pick up an insurance package, right? And they sent me to medical checkup. And my blood pressure was 170, 100. Then it was astronomical. It was crazy.
Wow.
And the doctor said, if you keep this up, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, shucks. So I was lucky I caught it.
Is that when you made the decision to go out on your own?
It's more stressful on your own, actually. but no, I was not paying attention to my body signals. And I was getting headaches. I was getting fatigue, things like this. So and you're right, actually. It was one of the reasons why I decided that, I don't want to kill myself working for other people.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to be working on my own, so that I can pace myself, I can choose my own clients and not be so badly pressured. But imagine if I had not gone for the medical checkup, and they say hypertension is a silent killer, right?
Yes, it is.
You don't know about
Yeah.
it. Now,
Yeah.
I popped the vein, and I realized it was a sedentary lifestyle and everything. So
Yeah.
lots of lifestyle changes. Decided not to be so stressed out about my work. I actually spoke to my boss about it, and I said, I don't. What's your advice? And interestingly, he told me, he said, Adrian, you worry too much. You worry too much
About things you cannot
about things you
change.
cannot change, about things you cannot control.
Yeah.
So he managed to give me some really great advice, which I still carry on today. But the point is that you have to listen to your body. And sometimes, like last week, I was feeling a bit stressed out as well. I just took the whole afternoon off and just caught up on my sleep. I canceled all my appointments.
Nice.
I just caught up on my sleep because I knew my body was telling me, hey, look, it's you got to take your foot off the pedal for a while. That's why this week I'm back up on the saddle again. I'm running full speed.
But you feel rejuvenated,
Yes,
right? Because you
correct.
took that break.
Yeah, so that's why it's sometimes you need to take your foot off the pedal, not hit the brakes, but
Slow
off the
down.
pedal, slow down so that you can recover and speed up again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been feeling kind of stressed out.
Have you?
For the past, like, maybe month and a half. I mean, after I fractured my foot and I couldn't play golf.
Yeah.
I started to like think a little bit more, think about work, think about stuff, and I realized that I was feeling a little stressed.
Do you know why? Because you weren't distracted with
I
other
think
things.
so,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
You had so much time because you couldn't do anything.
Because I was
else.
playing golf like 3 times a week,
Yeah.
right? When I'm out there on the golf course, it's like,
Because
Yeah.
golf is your vent. It's how you
Yeah.
let
Yeah,
things
yeah.
escape.
but which is why I then hit the gym again, because I then started to use that to release
do
whatever
something. Yeah.
stress that I had.
Yeah.
You know, I want to like you talk about slowing down. You talk about taking your foot off the brake. But what about time management? I feel that a lot of people don't know how to manage their time, and therefore they don't have time for R&R. You know what I mean? It's constant go, go, go. Like you say, slow down and all that. But they're like, no, I cannot because there are not enough hours in the day to finish what I need to do. I don't even have time to exercise. I don't have time to spend with the family. I don't have time to sit down for a meal. I forget to eat. But time management also comes into play when it comes to stress and slowing down and all that, right?
Yeah, that's true, and it's not easy, time management. It's a discipline. When I was much younger, I had a very difficult time managing, especially when you're a fresh graduate, you're going in, there's many things happening. But, once again, it's as you get older, you get smarter, most of the time.
Most of the
Most of the time. And
Some
you
get left behind.
and there's only so much time that you have, right? And therefore, what you spend your time on is more important. So, once again, you prioritize on the things that are important. You can't fix everything. And it's okay if some other things fall off the conveyor belt, but your big major KPIs and everything you have to keep your eyes on it, and you got to keep working on it. So once again, it's about what's important and urgent.
Eat the frog.
Yeah, eat the frog. In the morning. So it's a matter of perspective, which I think comes to you the older you get.
You're vegetarian, you
You're
cannot
not
use that term, eat the frog.
So
Angel.
eat the kale? Eat the kale. Eat the kale.
the
Okay.
broccoli.
Eat the broccoli. Okay.
So it's and I think it's for me even till today I'm still struggling with it. Time management and everything. But the nice thing about my role is that, as I said, because I'm running my own business, I'm in control of how much I can take on and how much I don't take on.
Yeah.
So that's one blessing which I have.
No one to answer to.
No one to answer to.
Kind of.
Well, I got Yen to answer to.
Yeah, that's
so,
true. Yeah.
No, but I think also a lot of people, it's not just time management. They are running full speed 24/7 because and we brought this up so many times, they don't have a decent enough relationship with their boss. It's more fear. If I slow down, I'm going to get into trouble. If I slow down, I'm going to be replaced. If I slow down,
But even people who run their own business sometimes run at 24/7.
Yeah, but a lot of people listening to us right now are people who work for somebody else.
Yeah.
And you need to have that relationship with your boss so that your boss understands you. Then you can start to slow down, I feel.
But sometimes bosses are jerks.
They are.
Yeah, a lot of bosses are jerks. Yeah.
No, they only have one thing in mind, which is their own skin.
Yeah.
So
Because the bosses always have bosses, right? There's
that's
always
true,
a bottom
that's
line
true,
to.
That's true. And I think it's the painful thing about it is that we got 25 seconds. The painful thing about it is sometimes they're just not approachable.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
Let's talk about it a little bit more on air. Stand by.
You don't really want to hear the truth, do you?
Conan Gray with Winner right here on Kiss 92. All the great songs in one place. If you want to be a winner, you cannot throw in the towel. You cannot slow down. You need to speed up.
Oh,
Yes
no.
or
That's,
no?
that's the opposite
No.
of what we're talking
No.
about today. Slowing down because we all need to take a little break.
Especially now that it's coming to the year end,
Yeah.
and funnily, a lot of from my work history and everything, I find that most of my clients, especially the Americans, after Thanksgiving, everything slows down for them already.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Because then the
They tend to
festive
take a step
season.
back.
Yeah.
And even in Europe also.
I feel like by the year end, if you haven't already got what you need to get done, it's a little late. Like I personally believe, like even when I run my business, everything is done by lunchtime. Because by lunchtime, all the deals should be in the bag already.
agreed.
And then you're working on either what happened or what you're gearing up for tomorrow.
Yes.
You know, if you wake up at like 10
True,
o'clock,
very
11
true.
o'clock, there is no more business to be made. Same thing for the year as well.
The other early birds have gotten a worm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you guys handle it? You see, I mean, apart from radio, they have their businesses,
Yeah.
FD and Angel.
You have
Time
I don't.
management. Time
and I
management.
still feel stressed. Which is why it's a good thing I am not doing anything else.
This is true.
Apart
Yeah.
from this.
Yeah, you are handling everything here.
Yeah.
So that we don't have to.
I don't even want to go out in the evening and host dinner and dances anymore. I don't even do that anymore.
Yeah.
I'd
No,
rather like just watch Netflix. And
I
eat.
think Angel's right. It's about time management, and it's about having people around you that you trust.
Trust. Yeah, trust is huge.
It's the most important
But
thing.
what's really interesting, it all boils back down to the big question we had before the show started. Now, how much money we need to be happy, right? To be
Right.
contented.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yours was how much?
$100. That's why I'm happy.
Yeah, you see, because you're contented, and that's a
Yeah.
fantastic approach to life, you know. Why do I need a $1 million?
Now I feel like crap.
See
Yeah.
the smoke coming out.
So after the show, sometimes they ask me, go, Glenn, do you have time to do a voiceover? $75.
I'm happy with it.
That's close to $100.
It is almost. You do two, you'll have
Happy.
$150.
Exactly.
You'll be more than happy.
I'm very easily satisfied.
You'll be 1.5 times happy.
Very easily satisfied.
But I think that's the secret of life. And to your analogy you said just now about driving, right? Sometimes there are other cars on the road, and they are alongside you, and you want to speed up and you want to be faster than them. The
Bump
question is,
them off.
Do you have to catch up with the neighbors and speed up with the neighbors? No. Sometimes the drive to make more money, to be more successful than the guy next to you, sometimes it's a state of mind. It's not always bad. You know, a bit of competition is good, but if you're burning yourself out in the process, then you might want to take a step back and reprioritize.
Yeah.
At what risk, you know?
You know, I, as much as I said $3 million, right? I said it was $3 million based on today's thinking.
Are you changing your mind?
Yeah,
or
so
not?
you can't take it back.
You cannot.
$3 million based on today's.
Don't be a...
No. $3 million based on today's thinking. But I also know for a fact that no matter how hard you work and how much money you earn,
It'll never be
you will
enough.
never have enough.
Yeah.
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 20 million is still not enough, I
never
think.
have-
Until you have that mindset of being contented.
Yeah.
You can be hungry and contented. You're hungry, you want more. But what you've got, you'll be happy and grateful for it. I think that's very important.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being hungry.
Yeah.
I think we all
Nothing
should be
wrong.
hungry.
Yeah.
We should all
Yes.
drive, be hungry for more experiences. That's why Gordon Gekko said greed is good. Remember in
Yes,
Yes.
Michael Douglas, right?
Yeah, greed
Yes.
is good. But it's not avarice. It's not like I want more money, but greed for progress, greed for self-improvement. You know,
Yes.
the hunger is good.
It's not perfection. It's constant progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, you were talking about Gordon Gekko. In my mind, I'm like a Pope Francis.
Oh, how?
How?
That is the kind of,
How are you like Pope Francis?
always for the people, basically. Whatever the people
You should be
are
Saint
enjoying.
Glenn Ong.
Saint Bernard.
Saint.
I want to be down with them.
Okay.
All right.
That's why I'm the people's DJ.
FD, you've known him for long enough. What do you think?
Never mind, we have no time
Please,
now.
please.
Thank you
Tell us-
very much,
Tell us,
Adrian.
tell us what you think.
Adrian, thank you very much for joining us today.
Pleasure's all mine. So for our listeners out there, the year end's coming. Slow down to speed up. Take care of your health, and Merry Christmas very soon. Merry Christmas. Haha.
Thank you so much, Adrian.
Oh.
Okay, we've got a message coming up from the Singapore Police Force. Keep it right here.
Wake up.
Glenn